Welcome to this explainer. All right, let's just dive right into this. Today, we're going to completely transform how you manage your data. We're talking about finally stepping away from those tedious, mind-numbing manual workflows and upgrading you straight into a world of dynamic, totally error-free automation. Honestly, if you've ever felt like you're working for your spreadsheet instead of your spreadsheet working for you, you are in exactly the right place.
So be honest with yourself for a second here. Do you still work with normal Excel ranges? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Just a plain, unformatted, boring grid of cells. If you do, you absolutely know the pain of manual formatting, the utter frustration of easily broken formulas, and the massive amount of time it steals from you every single week just to keep things organized. It's exhausting, and honestly, it's completely unnecessary.
So here's our roadmap for today. We're hitting 1. The Excel table advantage. 2. How to create a table. 3. Automated table features. 4. Using structured references. And finally, 5. Real-world applications. All right, jumping into Section 1, the Excel table advantage. This is the ultimate solution to manual data entry.
First things first, we need to understand exactly what we're dealing with. An Excel table is a structured range of data with built-in features. It's fundamentally different and exponentially smarter than your standard grid of cells. See, when you use a normal range, Excel just sees a bunch of disconnected little boxes. But the second you convert it into an Excel table, Excel suddenly wakes up. It understands that this data is grouped together with a specific purpose. It recognizes the structure.
And what does that structure actually give you? Well, automatic formatting, built-in filters, dynamic formulas, and incredibly easy data management. These 4 core benefits literally replace all of that tedious manual upkeep. You don't have to painstakingly paint alternating row colors anymore, you don't have to manually add filter buttons to your headers, and you definitely don't have to obsess over managing the borders of your dataset. The table just handles the whole shebang for you. Moving right along to Section 2, how to create a table. From manual to magic in seconds. Picture this. You've got this basic, raw sales data sitting right in front of you. You've got your date, your product, your quantity, and your sales. Now, right now, this is just a normal, unformatted range. It is completely lifeless. If you add a new row of data at the bottom, absolutely nothing happens. It's just sitting there, stubbornly waiting for you to do all the hard work. Well, here is exactly how we change that forever in 4 shockingly simple steps. First, just select your data. Second, hit Ctrl T on your keyboard. Third, a little box is going to pop up. Just make sure you check My Table Has Headers because, as we just saw, we do have our date and product headers. And step 4, click OK. Boom, that is it. With that one quick keyboard shortcut, your data is instantly transformed. It automatically gets this beautiful formatting and those super useful filter buttons locked right onto the top row. Okay, Section 3, Automated Table Features, letting Excel do the heavy lifting.
Once your data is actually in an Excel table, it behaves like a totally different beast. Excel tables automatically expand when you add new rows. So you type a new sale at the very bottom, the table just stretches down to include it. They also automatically apply formulas to new records, which means we can finally, thankfully, say goodbye to the sheer misery of dragging down formulas manually every single time we add data. They enable easy sorting and filtering, and they keep your formatting perfectly consistent as your data grows. It's literally like having an invisible assistant managing your spreadsheet in the background.
Let's look at Section 4, using structured references, upgrading your formulas.
Check out this difference in action. Over on the left, we've got the old clunky cell reference method, equals V2 times C2. I mean, sure, it does the math, but what does it actually mean? You have to manually trace the cells with your eyes just to figure it out. Now look on the right at the sleek new structured reference, equals quantity times price. Because the table actually understands its own structure and its column headers, you can just use the plain English names of the data you're multiplying. So why is this such a game changer? Because structured references make your formulas dramatically easier to read and so much easier to maintain. Think about it. When you look at a formula 6 months from now, or when you hand your file off to a teammate, anyone can instantly understand what quantity times price means. And most importantly, this crystal clear clarity means your formulas are far less likely to contain errors. Clean, readable formulas drastically reduce your chance of making those catastrophic data entry mistakes. Bringing us to Section 5, Real-World Applications, why this actually matters for your career. This right here is the massive time-saving benefit that changes everything. Say you maintain monthly sales data. Every month you're adding new records, and because it's a table, it expands automatically. But here is the real kicker. Any charts, any complex formulas, or any pivot tables that are connected to that table, they instantly recognize the new data. You just hit refresh. You literally never have to manually reselect your data ranges ever again. Your reporting tools are just perpetually up to date.
Because of this absolute powerhouse of automation, Excel tables are not just some neat little party trick. They are a hardcore industry standard. We're talking widely used across all major professional fields: banking, accounting, HR, MIS reporting, business analysis. Seriously, if you are touching data in any professional capacity whatsoever, mastering dynamic tables isn't optional anymore. It's a truly critical skill that saves companies countless hours of tedious manual labor.
So let's recap. We've structured our data, we've automated our formatting, and we've totally bulletproofed our formulas. Which leaves me with one final question for you. Are you ready to summarize thousands of records in just a few clicks? Because now that you've mastered the dynamic Excel table, you are in the perfect position for the next logical evolution in our data journey: pivot tables. But we're going to save that incredible...
Thanks for listening, dropping by, getting high on my vibe.